Hello everyone, welcome to a product review at Finominal. Today we are going to look at multi-cap funds in India. So what's multi-cap? Now as the name suggests, you have multiple market capitalization stocks in the same fund. The fund manager decides on how much allocation to give for, let's say, large cap stocks, mid cap stocks and small cap stocks, right? And all these funds put together, the manager takes calls on which stocks to buy in small cap, mid cap, and large cap. And no, not so surprisingly, in this category, we pretty much have almost all the funds are active funds. So to start off with, let's pick the top five, the largest in terms of AUM, the largest multi-cap funds in India, and compare the performance and see how well it has done. And I have a bonus portfolio comparison for you. Just wait for like few more minutes. I'll tell you how you can replicate pretty much that portfolio with significantly lower fees, pretty much the same performance, right? I'll tell you like in a passive way how you can replicate the performance of multi-cap funds quickly. So there you go. So the multi-cap funds in terms of like performance, the Mahindra Manulife has done well. Pretty much start of the inception. I think whichever date you pick as the starting date, right? I think currently 2019, the ITA mutual fund I think starts only from 2019. So we are rebasing all the funds to 2019. So since 2019 May 17 the Mahindra Manulife has done significantly well in terms of performance, and I think the second closest is Nippon and Baroda multi-cap funds. Now, in terms of the returns itself, right? If you just quickly peruse uh, the year-on-year return, right? The 2 to 3 years stand out, especially 2021. I think multi-cap had a significantly like the best year out of all the years, and also like the recent 2 years as well, 2023 and 2024, right? Almost 40% in 1 year, right? That's a lot of returns in just 1 year. And even if you look at in terms of Kager itself, right? No, I think last I think 5 years, 5.9 years, yeah, almost 6 years, right? Has generated almost an average. The Kager seems to be around 20%, which is again a lot. Much better than like Nifty 50. I think which whose Kager is like I think around like 12-14%. So and also, yeah, I forgot to talk about the fees here. If you look at the fees, it seems to be on the higher end, right? One thing about the, I think ITI multi-cap is it's probably charging the lowest fees. I think ITI multi-cap and Mahindra Manulife multi-cap, they are charging the, it's around like point 0.3, point 0.4. But Mahindra Manulife has done significantly better with lower fees, whereas ITI is the poor performing fund, like multi-cap fund in this category. That's something to note here, right? Like fees definitely reduce the ultimate, like the end returns, right? So fees is something to look into. Like the highest one is being the Baroda multi-cap, Nippon as well as the Sundaram, right? North of point 0.6, point 0.7, which is a lot. Like you're giving significant portion of your returns as fees to fund managers, right? So now coming to the interesting segment of this video, how can you replicate the multi-cap strategy using passive funds? And you don't have to dynamically allocate, between small cap stocks, mid cap, or even think about which stocks to buy between these market capitalizations, right? So what I did was I created a multi-cap replication portfolio. It's super simple, right? Just allocated 33%, equal allocation, equal weighted among these three funds. 33% to Nifty 50, which is the large cap fund. Um, then another 33% to a small cap index fund, and another 33% to mid cap 150. So all these three funds are index funds. And guess what? When you're choosing index funds, what's the benefit of index funds? Fees. So your fees significantly reduces, and also you're not taking on any active management risk here. Um, Let me just now eliminate the ITI mutual fund. As it didn't perform well, I'll just replace it with the multi-cap replication portfolio that I just showed you, right? So equal allocation between those three index funds. So the red one is the multi-cap replication. Although it didn't beat Mahindra or it's in line or close with the Mahindra Manulife. That too only in the last few years. That is like last 1 year, right? It has matched the performance of almost three funds, right? Like Sundaram, it has beaten Sundaram Multi-Cap Fund. It has beaten, well, I mean, not beaten in the currently, but it's in line, right? Like sometimes it has beaten Nippon, India Multi-Cap and Baroda Multi-Cap, right? It is in line with like three of the multi-cap funds, and I just created it with just index funds, right? Three index funds, and no complicated no allocations, or like I'm not dynamically allocating depending on like different regimes and stuff, right? Simple 33% allocation. And the not so surprising thing about when you pick index funds is the fees. Just if you look at the fees here, 0.2%, right? And this portfolio is able to beat and sometimes in line with the multi-cap funds. Like out of four funds, it's able to beat or in line with the performance three out of four times, right? That is, is been doing well in terms of like performance, right? Except only the Mahindra Manulife, right, which has done terrifically well. That too, in the last few years, right? Uh, so that brings us to the end of the video. We start off just by comparing five multi-cap funds. We saw five of the largest multi-cap funds, being Mahindra Cap being the best performing one, and we also saw the humongous CAGR over the last 6 years, and notably 2021, 2023, and 2024 being like the largest return drivers, right, north of 20-30%, which is huge. And I also showed you how to replicate the performance of this multi-cap funds with a simple strategy, right? Like three index funds, one large cap, small cap, and mid cap, equal allocation, no complicated allocations here. And it's able to beat one multi-cap fund and in line with the other two multi-cap funds, Sundaram Multi-Cap and Baroda Multi-Cap, namely. Thanks a lot for watching. See you next time.